Hello and welcome back for another video for Baking with the Heckles. Today we're going to be doing a Better Than Olive Garden breadsticks, and like I promised in the first video, I've got my sidekick with me today. So I'm going to let Austin come on in here. We got Mr. Chef Austin over here. Alright, so you've done these before, right?
Yep.
That's good, because I don't know what I'm doing. You guys show me what to do. Alright, so the first thing we need to do before we get started mixing any ingredients is we need to wash our hands. Come on, let's wash our hands. Alright, now let's get started with some of these ingredients. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is mix up all the ingredients. So we got what? 2 tablespoons?
Yep.
2 tablespoons of butter. We got a cup of warm water. We're going to use a tablespoon of yeast, 1 egg, 3 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of salt. All right, let's get started.
So what do we need first?
You usually mix that in the water?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and do that.
So we need 1 of these?
Yep, 1 tablespoon of yeast. And what kind do you use?
Instant or active?
Instant or active, okay.
So 1 tablespoon instant dry yeast.
Mixing it in the 1 cup of warm water.
Then you gotta put the sugar in there for it to activate. How much do we need of that?
Sugar, we need 1/4 of a cup.
1/4 cup, okay. Already one in there?
Well, it's a 1/3 cup. What else do we need to?
Yep, let's scoop it out.
Sugar!
Alright, making a mess.
What good recipe is not good without a little bit of a mess?
So, put it in there. And then you gotta mix it.
Do you usually mix it with a spatula or a fork?
Doesn't matter. Mix the yeast and the sugar. And I usually let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes.
Alright, so then we just put that over there and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes?
Yep.
Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add the egg.
Into the thing?
Yep. Alright. So the only thing left is the flour and then mixing that with it. So we're going to take a quick little break. Be back as soon as that yeast is ready. Alright, so now that we have let our mixture sit for a little bit, this is what it's looking like now. Got us some bubbles and stuff going on. Don't know how well you can really see it. And we also added a teaspoon of salt in our mix over here. So now the only thing left is to mix this and the flour, right?
Yep.
All right, well, let's go ahead.
We'll mix this first, I think.
3 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna start getting that ready.
Yep, so 3 1 cups.
Just a little jingle jangle.
She said, and Linda says not pack it down. So it's like that. You want to put it in there?
Mm-hmm.
You smell the yeast?
Mm-hmm.
Smells good, doesn't it?
No, it stinks.
It's because it's farting and burping. Ready? It's gonna start getting really thick.
1.
Next 2. We don't want to pack it. Ready?
No. Gotta mix one before you mix the other. Or at least mostly, right?
Yeah. That should be good. Ready? So start thickening up that right now. Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it started thickening up as soon as you added the first little bit of flour. That's what it's supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's working, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And then 1/4 after the 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 1/4.
Ready?
Try pour it again. Oh, I can mix around. Okay, 1/4.
1/4. There we go. I'll pour it in there and I'll mix it with my hands.
Sure. That's what you want to do.
It's a lot easier.
Okay, well, get this off there then. There we go. Get over it. All right. Mix it, mix it, mix it, knead it, put it all together. Poof, went the flour. Yeah, that's what I did in one of my first videos. I made a method where I said poof, and the flour went everywhere. Alright, so we're combining all of the ingredients and kneading it together. And this says to continue mixing for 5 to 10 minutes. That it should feel smooth and elasticy after kneading. It's getting there, but it still needs to be mixed a lot.
Kind of eating it, but so it's just good, basically.
Told you, be careful. We're not working with some high-dollar expensive stuff that ain't gonna break. We're working with some little stuff, just, you know, little peon stuff.
I'm gonna get killed and selling some bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, your bread is good and all, but, you know, you gotta make enough to sell enough.
Yeah. That's a lot of
That's a
flour.
lot of work.
A lot of flour, too.
Well, yeah, but that's a lot of work.
I would do it.
Mm-hmm. You want to open up a bakery one day?
Maybe.
I tell you what, we could open a bakery. You do the breads, I do the sweets. We could have us a heck of a bakery.
Yeah.
All right, well, while you do that, I'm going to go grab this bowl here.
Linda's to be like, you did it all wrong. Or something like that. Or maybe I'll be watching the video like, you're doing it all wrong.
Well, we ain't no professionals. We just some...
Hillbilly?
No. We're just some country folk trying to do us some bread.
Yep. We got a lot of editing.
Alright, so, as far as greasing it, what do you use to grease it?
That's olive oil.
Olive oil?
Yep.
Alright. And you just pour a little bit in there and get it all over the sides?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Easy. Easy!
It's a lot.
I know, but I'm hoping that by the time Sorry.
Nervous?
No, I didn't realize it was going to come out that quick. Okay.
You have to pour some of that out. It's a lot.
How far up the sides of the bowl is it supposed to go? Is it supposed to get up pretty high?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll just keep spinning it until... I'm just trying to make use of what I can before I have to pour it out.
That should be good.
That's not too bad, right?
No.
We can work with that.
Feels good.
There's our little greased bowl here. Or our big greased bowl, so we have time for it to... Alright, now this thing says to put it on a flat, floured surface and knead it into a ball.
Yep.
You gotta do that, or you can't just do that in here?
I gotta take it out. It's be a lot easier to do when it's out.
Oh, what do we use?
The stove, we clean it off.
Oh, your mama gonna kick my butt. Making a mess every damn way.
Just like let me see. A little bit. Sprinkle it on top.
Honey, I'm sorry for the mess. We'll clean it up. She come home and she won't see nothing. She'll never know. Right? She'll never know.
No. This is like the hardest part because you gotta do it for like 5 minutes. Usually. So they'll make sure it's kneaded right.
We're gonna need this more.
You wanna try?
Sure, I'll take a...
Alright, so what do? You flip it.
Mm-hmm. Push it down and knead it.
Yep. It's thick, isn't it? Should be some thick bread.
That's what it's supposed to do, right?
Not really. But it'll work.
Well, I thought it's supposed to be thick at the beginning, though, right? Because then it's got to sit and rise, so it'll fluff up then, right?
Maybe, because when it's really thick like that in the beginning, it's usually not a good sign. Because it won't rise.
Why not?
I don't know. I've had it happen to me before. And you don't want too much flour.
I know. I guess on my hands I'm starting to stick.
Should be good. Right?
There's our dough ball.
Yep.
Now we just cover it and let it sit, right? Let it rise.
Yeah, but it's a lot of oil,
All right, so we're going to let it sit for about an hour, hour and a half. We're going to try to let it rise to about double its size, and we'll come back and see where we're at. All right, welcome back. We actually waited about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And we've got our bread here. All right. Now what?
Then you...
Ooh. What did it do to you?
Just do that.
Okay. Like, just pull it.
So now.
All right, so you pull it out and you knead it a little bit, and then now what?
So get a little bit of dough. Try to remember how to do it. And you pinch the sides. Put it on the pan.
Alright.
We'll make sure it's about the same size. I like to do it like this, it's easier.
Yeah. Okay. And you just keep pulling pieces off and making them into breadsticks until you get rid of all your dough. Put them on pans.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna finish putting these on pans. We're gonna pop them in the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes at 350 degrees, or until they're about golden brown. And we will come back once the first batch comes out of the oven so you can see our progress. All right, so you said
You can make them into rolls or breadsticks.
okay, so rolls or breadsticks. All right, and what did you do just a second ago? You did it. I had already turned the camera off. How do you know when the dough is ready? What did you do?
You pull it and it should bounce back.
Okay, so that's how you tell if it's ready. And then, like I said, he's over here making some of these. He's making some into breadsticks, some into rolls. We just kind of wanted to play around with different shapes and just see how they turn out. So we'll come back when the first batch is out of the oven. All right, welcome back. We've got our rolls out of the oven here. Got some melted butter here. And we've got some of our seasoning we've put together. It is a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of Italian seasoning, not too much. You don't want it too strong. And a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So what we're going to do is, first off, find our tool. Hang on just a second. All right, so first step, we're going to go ahead and put some butter on top of these beautiful rolls here. Rolls and breadsticks. All right. I'm just going to do a couple of them here so we can show you once we put the seasoning on it. All right, and there you have it. Some better than Olive Garden, kind of a copycat recipe, really. Breadsticks. Just wanted to take a quick second and give you a little taste test update. Got Austin here with his roll, me with my breadstick. The beautifulness is still super hot. Careful.
Good.
Very good. We may have used just a touch too much flour. Might have had just a touch too much oil in that pan. But, all in all, the results are delicious. Till next time, enjoy. All right, and just a quick little shout out here. If you like what you've seen, if you have any comments or suggestions on anything else we could try, or maybe you want to see us do something different, or whatever the case may be, just go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, so that way when we post more videos, you get the updates, and keep on top of all of our great baking here with Baking with the Heckles.